Boom shakalaka, what is going on, everybody? Happy Monday. It is Monday. We are back. The weekend is over. I hope you all had a good weekend. Well, it is Monday, whatever day in July 2018. And we were talking about Bitcoin cryptocurrencies. A bit of a red market today, a little bit down, but yesterday was a pretty awesome day. So, usually we have 2 steps forward, 1 step back, or 17 steps back, half a step forward, whatever it is. Today, a little bit in the red. Now, before we get into things, just wanted to say thank you to everyone subscribing. Thank you to everyone nuking the shit out of the like button with both bows. And guys, if you want to win one of these shirts, make sure you comment on this video and every other video to enter for your chance to win. Make sure you pause the video, check out the disclaimer, read all that stuff. Don't be a freaking retard. Do your own research. Now, taking a look at coin market cap. Wonderful today. All right. Guys, market cap hovering right at $275 billion. That's kind of where we saw a little bit of resistance previously. We'll take a look at why in just a little bit. Bitcoin dominance at 42.5%. Now, all the cryptos down just mildly today because yesterday they were up quite a bit. Actually, over the weekend, boom, shot up quite a bit. Look at that. Bitcoin at 68.06. You remember like a week or two ago, it was at 5,800 and everybody was like, oh, the sky is falling. Now it's not anymore, huh? Yeah, that's how things change in this whole cryptocurrency world. Now, the big gainers for today, Digibyte, Knowles, Monaco. Monaco having some big news before the weekend. They bought Crypto.com. They also have their Monaco Visa cards. They're out and being used. Knowles in the news. I think I'm going to interview them sometime soon once I arrange that stuff. But yeah, ARK in the up. That's pretty cool. Okay. The big losers for the day, Bancor, Tezos, and Ethos. How about that? Now. Let's take a look at where the price is going. I'm tinkling with excitement. I hope you don't mean peeing. All right. So, taking a look at Bitcoin and what's been going on with Bitcoin. So from the beginning of May, we were just kind of in this descending tract right here, which sucked because people were so pumped. Bitcoin got up to $10,000 and then since then just boo, fucking shit the bed. And where did we land? Well, we landed at this previous line of support that we found at the Novogratz buy-in. So that was right around $5,800 and that was pretty much the bottom that we saw back at the end of June. Ever since then, price has been going up. So, right around then, for those of you following me with the MACD trading strategy, when the blue line crosses over, I'm not sure if you can see that, when the blue line crosses over the orange line, that's when I buy back in from day to Bitcoin. Now, I'm not doing this with a whole bunch of money. I wish I would have been doing it with a whole bunch of money. I was just kind of testing out this strategy with $1,000. But so far, it's pretty bananas. So I think I may be doing it in the future. Anyways, just riding up the Bitcoin wave. Now, where is that wave going? Well, let me tell you. So we take a look at the Fibonacci retracement. So basically we had the high here where we started, go all the way down to the low, and then where you see these color changing lines, those are the Fibonacci numbers based on phi. So 0.618, 382, all those things. And those are where we'd expect to find resistance support. Now, if you take a look at them, I've drawn some white lines here because these are the most common areas where we will find resistance or support. And you can see just in the pullback, we found, oh, look, it was falling and then found support there. It was falling and then found support there. It was falling and then found support there. Well, now when we go back up, those are going to be areas of resistance. So we are right at the first area of resistance here, okay? Right here at $6,800. That's basically our first line of resistance. We break through there, then we'll be heading for $7,300, $7,400 if we break through there. We are on this ascending tract right now, so as long as we don't break out of there, we're on the bottom side, so potentially could bounce back up, but we got to make it through this line of resistance. All right, so that's where we're going right now, and obviously MACD still looks pretty good on that stuff. Now, that's it for my technical analysis for this morning. I'll take off my TA hat, put on my Barbara Streisand and Prince of Tides hat. I don't know. That was an Arrested Development quote for anybody who watches that show. News today. This is good news, guys. This is good news. CBOE Global Market files new Bitcoin ETF license applications with the SEC. Now, if you follow the channel, if you watch my news from time to time, you might see that last week we were talking about the dude, Arthur Hayes, the CEO of BitMEX. Okay, he was saying that he still sees Bitcoin going to $50,000 per Bitcoin by the end of 2018. All right, he says we're just one thing away from this happening, and that thing is ETFs, exchange traded funds. That means anybody can put their retirement investments into Bitcoin, into other cryptocurrencies. He sees that as the next big hurdle. Well. CBOE, so we know who's involved with Bitcoin futures, which was the big news that started the bull rally back in November. They are now applying again for a Bitcoin ETF license. And basically, their proposal will only trade with solid X Bitcoin shares, and each share will be worth 25 Bitcoin. Even with approval, customers cannot expect to see trading options available until the first quarter of 2019. So they're going to apply for this, but it will not actually take place until the very beginning of 2019. So good news, bad news. But previously, VenX SolidX Bitcoin Trust put in 2 applications for this matter, but they were rejected under the violation that crypto market was entirely unregulated at that time. However, things have changed since then. The SEC clearly decided that Bitcoin and Ethereum tokens are not considered securities. We remember that. That's good news. That means they don't have to regulate them. Since the SEC has decided they will not be regulating Bitcoin, there's no worry about unregistered securities, which means the potential for Bitcoin ETFs is there. We'll kind of see how this pans out, because I'm telling you, as soon as this happens, Bitcoin to the moon. Bitcoin to the moon. Bank of Korea says crypto investment poses insignificant risk to local financial market. So basically, cryptocurrencies only account for 1.79 billion out of 26 trillion, or 8%. Of the total markets there. The amount of crypto asset investment is not really big compared with other equity markets, and local financial institutions' exposure to possible risks of digital assets is insignificant. Against this backdrop, we expect crypto assets to have limited impact on the South Korean financial markets. So, yeah, it's really, guys, I know it's hard to believe. Cryptocurrencies are a drop in the bucket of the total money in the world. That's why there's still so much potential, because, guys, we have created, when I say we, obviously I don't mean me. I didn't create any cryptocurrencies. But we have created brand new money, okay? No double spending, public ledger, encrypted, secure, all this stuff, peer-to-peer. All this stuff, we have created new money that can't be stopped. It's a protocol. It can't freaking be stopped. This is going to do for money what the internet did for communication. Okay? Basically make you stare at your phone the whole time while driving. That's what it's going to do. You're just going to be watching Black Folio the whole time while you're driving instead. That's it. So, that's the news there. This article, this dude, Glenn Goodman, the shares guy, says Buffett doesn't know what he's talking about with crypto. He made headlines for The Little Short. Some of you might have been familiar with The Big Short, the movie about shorting the housing bubble. Okay, so he only made 100,000 pounds back then. The other dude made like millions and millions, but that was a little short. He says Warren Buffett doesn't know what he's talking about. He's an investment genius with an unparalleled record, but his own admission, he only invests in what he understands, like Coke or Gillette. That's why he missed out on the internet boom, and even labels his own failure to buy Amazon shares as stupidity. Yeah, talking about how small we are in terms of things. Amazon right now, Jeff Bezos alone has like $140 billion, something like that. That's half the crypto market cap. Okay, so the coin, we should just have the total market cap we should make it in Bezos. So right now the total market cap is 2 Bezos. Okay, until it's like 100 Bezos, it's not even legitimate. It's not even big enough. So we still got a long way to go. Talking about a long way to go, we are getting there with more public adoption, public knowledge. Now, I was watching some World Cup matches. I saw, I think, IBM having some adverts about the blockchain? Well, now Hyundai is advertising about the blockchain to 20 million viewers. So, the blockchain advert by Hyundai Digital Asset Company presented a high-tech vision of the future featuring Internet of Things technology, has been featured in every halftime break of the World Cup. The quarterfinals hit almost 20 million viewers, 19.64 million viewers. Now, this advert mentions blockchain 3 times. Blockchain, 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 in on-screen text and once in a voiceover. It showed a family making instant payments using blockchain technology and highlighted the house was also protected by it. More importantly, of the use cases, the advert shows the technology as trustworthy. So we have to distance Bitcoin from being used for like Silk Road, child pornography, money laundering, and human slavery, or whatever that stuff is called. So we need to kind of distance it from that. But blockchain being trustworthy, yes, indeed, it's happening. 20 million people seeing blockchain, all those good things. EOS in the news again for some bad news. I mean, EOS, ever since the launch, has just been plagued by these terrible, terrible, terrible news. Well, yet again this weekend, EOS New York, top 21 EOS block producer, recently revealed the number of block producers crashed after the network's RAM usage exceeded 1 gigabyte. Per a block producer, these did not configure their node properly, set it at 64 gigabytes, only had it at 1 gigabyte. However, the network is live and did not experience any disruptions, so there were just some crashes, didn't crash the entire network. EOS has been shrouded in controversy. Basically, research has shown EOS more centralized than enthusiasts would like it to be, as the top 1% of holders own 90% of the crypto's supply. That's terrible. Freaking terrible. Moreover, BPs in the past have frozen 27 accounts. Also, new constitution. So a whole bunch of stuff going on with EOS. Not exactly great. We'll kind of have to see how things pan out. I mean, it could just be the beginning. Good news here for those of you. For the next time we have a bubble, you can go buy your new BMW with Bitcoin. This UK BMW dealership in London and Kent now has 4 dealerships where you can buy Beamers with Bitcoin. Very cool. Again, adoption. Okay, we're getting... Soon, you'll just be able to go buy. I mean, you can already do it on Craigslist. If you're in the US, you can just search for stuff where they accept cryptos, and then you can buy whatever the hell you want with cryptocurrencies, not having to deal with banks or anything else like that. Now you can go buy your Beamer with Bitcoin. Cool. Green light from the EU Commission for IOTA and the European Smart City Consortium plus City Exchange. All right. Now, IOTA, in the beginning, like 6 months ago when I was talking about IOTA, it was rough because they didn't really have any real world plans. Well, IOTA now they've launched things with Volkswagen where they're going to be having car system updates with Volkswagen. Now they're with the EU Commission for this European Smart City Consortium. There's a few cities. For the next 5 years, the cities of Trondheim, Limerick, Alba, Julia, Pisek, Sestao, Smolyan, and Voryu will experiment on how to become smart, positive energy cities. If those are real cities, I don't think I've heard of any of them. But Limerick, that's like a rhyme. So yeah, those are all cities out there. And they have a whole bunch of partners, included IOTA. So IOTA is getting out there, doing real work, and we'll see. Oh, here they are. Yeah, they're on the map. If you can see that right behind my head. I did not notice that. Limerick, Sestao, Pisek. Cool. So IOTA in the news there. NEO in the news big time. So they had the announcement last week about decentralization. One of the big criticisms of NEO for a long time was that they were not decentralized, very centralized. Well, they've started their plan with decentralization. And basically, the price movement has been ridiculous. So like 2 weeks ago, I was saying NEO and Cardano are way undervalued, and NEO has pumped up since then, 50%. Cardano also up a little bit, but I would keep an eye out for Cardano because they have some crazy stuff coming, like announcements on the 15th that we don't know about, recent talks with Google. I may be making an episode on this stuff coming up, so keep an eye out for that. But NEO, the so-called Chinese Ethereum, has skyrocketed 50% between June 29th and June 5th, went from $27 to $42. Holy shit. The price movement is related to the fact that the network is making its first steps towards decentralization. So in July, the NEO Foundation voted a new consensus node for City of Zion. City of Zion has had a node on the test network for the past 6 months. Now they're actually on the mainnet, so very cool there. Okay, so cryptocurrency adoption. Very important stuff. We all know David Hay is out making a difference in Venezuela. Well, there's other people making a difference in Venezuela as well. So basically in Venezuela, hyperinflation is rampant. Apparently the only thing worse than owning Bitcoin since December is owning the Venezuelan Bolivar. Okay? Bitcoin's down like 60%. Venezuelan Bolivar is down 99.9%. Yeah, so Bitcoin trading volume keeps reaching record highs in Venezuela because they can't use their money. Their money is worth such shit that they actually have to weigh it. They can't count it. Okay? So they need to go with like a wheelbarrow full to buy a loaf of bread. Despite the government's regional social projects to support government programs through crypto mining at schools and universities, all of these things were paid for by Petro, that Venezuelan cryptocurrency. The economy still continues to suffer. However, people are realizing that cryptocurrencies are the way out of poverty. So this dude Hector that they're talking about here, he received 0.5 nano as a gift, and then later on, he started receiving more and more, basically through, I think, some Facebook posts he got them. But he was able to buy 224 pounds of food for just 29 nano. Pretty crazy how much of a difference it can make. That's a lot of food for 29 nano. So that's making a difference. People like David Hay are making a difference. And there's other stuff coming up soon. Mainnet launches and their subsequent reactions. So basically right now, big price driver in cryptocurrencies is sentiment. Okay, sentiment, people's thoughts, ideas towards them. One of the things, news announcements always change prices. So do mainnets make a difference? Well, let's take a look at 3 of the most recent mainnet launches, see what they did. EOS had a mainnet launch, and basically they had a bunch of issues leading up to mainnet and a bunch of issues after mainnet. So mainnet price had a striking dent to it. Mainnet launch had a striking dent to its price. Basically went from like $15 down to $7 or $8. So yeah, not great for EOS. VeChain, a little bit better. So significantly kinder reaction than EOS. Price went up a little bit. With the VeChain mainnet launch, it's pretty rad because all of a sudden you're getting rewarded, kind of like Neo and Gas, you're getting VeChain Thor. So there's an obvious benefit to their mainnet launch why the price would go up. Ontology also has increased its price, though not a very significant amount since the mainnet launch, but Ontology also is another project where you get rewarded. Now, for those of you who haven't heard, I don't watch the news, but I found this while doing some research. Basically, in West Japan, they had a terrible incident, mudslides, landslides, all types of things. Death toll reaches 126. Really bad news there. But, you know, this is another reason why cryptocurrencies are awesome, because they're helping out the world. Helping out the world. Our hearts go out to the victims in West Japan. Binance will begin with $1 million equivalent donation in either Binance token, Bitcoin, or Japanese yen. We ask our crypto partners to join us and help feed our friends in need. So aside from Binance donating $1 million there, they also go here for other ways to make a donation. So if you want to donate to that stuff, you can either email them at donations@binance.com. You can send ETH to that Ethereum address. And yeah, so they'll be helping out that stuff. Crazy. Someone else already donated 200 Ethereum. Also, Verge hopping on the bandwagon there. Verge begins another crowdfunding. Now, I mean, you kind of look at their crowdfunding sources. First one was to get on Pornhub. Second one is helping out people in Japan. But, you know, they got a heart. They got a heart, definitely. So Verge is also jumping on the bandwagon, aiming to raise some money to send to those people, help them out in Japan. I think this is great use of blockchain because you can send money across the world. You can track that money, so make sure it goes to the places you want it to go. And you can send anything from a teeny little bit to a huge smidgen, however much you want to help out the world. Now, we're going to end with some good news just because I didn't want to end with like landslides and deaths and all that stuff. Bitcoin hype has barely even begun, says BlockBid COO. And I agree with this dude, okay? We had a little run up here, but I was just speaking with someone who's been in technology for a long time. This was the CTO of Dragon Chain, all right? He's been in tech for quite a while, since the beginning of, he was in the dot-com bubble. And he said before the real dot-com bubble, there was a little blip in like 97 or something like that, before the 99, 2000 huge thing. And he said that feels like what we just had going on here. Well, this guy says it too. I believe the hype has barely even begun. Only 1% of the global population owning any cryptocurrency, and news of banks and financial institutions looking incorporate blockchain technology and invest in cryptocurrencies. I think there will be a more mainstream adoption in the coming 18 to 24 months, which fits in with everything, because 2021, there's going to be a huge economic collapse. Everybody's going to be rushing into cryptocurrencies, and we'll all be able to take part in that. So the hype has barely begun. Guys, hold out. Things are looking good. All right. Even this dude, the best Bitcoin prediction ever, Clem Chambers, the CEO of ADVFN, says, will Bitcoin go back from its previous high? It'll probably hit 2,000 before it's 20,000, but will it hit 20,000? I think so. Will it hit 100,000? I think that's quite likely. I think it's definitely quite likely. There's a good chance it'll hit that and even higher. And for all the other cryptos, the legitimate ones, there's a lot of good news coming for them too. Now, that's all the news is fit to print today. But before you go, guys, head over to Twitter. Find me on Twitter. I just posted an NKN review over the weekend. I want to know which crypto you guys want me to review next. So Theta Token, Self-Key, Cortex, 0x. You let me know. Right now, 0x is in the lead. If you want something else, definitely let me know. I will make a review, because this is the people's channel. I do what you want. This weekend, I was at the NASCAR Coke Zero Sugar 400 at Daytona with Crypto Crow, with Dragon Chain, and with my man Rusty, who put it all together. Thank you so much, Rusty. He is the man. So basically, we had an awesome time there. We were trying to live stream, but basically because there's like so many people, the cell networks couldn't handle it. So me and Crow both tried to live stream there. It was not happening. So I taped some stuff, got some pictures, going to put together a video for you guys later today talking about the NASCAR Coke Zero Sugar 400 and the second ever crypto NASCAR, NAS crypto car, NAS cryptos, whatever you want to call it. Hashtag NAS cryptos. All right. So, so we did all that stuff. It was a great time. Keep an eye out for that later today. Also coming up this week, I will be at the Infinite Man Summit. This isn't the one that I wanted. Well, there is another website, Infinite Man Summit in Lisbon, Portugal, the 13th to the 15th. Make sure you check it out. Link down in the description. Make sure you come to that if you want to check me out, especially if you're in Europe. Awesome conference talking about money, talking about business, talking about spirituality, talking about relationships, talking about health. Ton of awesome speakers. Me, the Dollar Vigilante, Jeff Berwick will be there. Also, for you guys who like pickup, James Marshall and Sasha Daygame will be there. Also, a whole bunch of other stuff going on there. So very cool thing coming up this coming week. Also, guys, in August, if you're in the northeast of the United States, or if you want to travel, come to Coinvention. I will be there. It's in Philadelphia, August 30th and 31st. I will be there. I think Crypto will be there. And I think there's some other people there as well. So bound to be pretty rad. And then, if you go to one conference this year and use my referral code, you should definitely go to World CryptoCon. Because, here's why. Guys, tickets for this are like $200. Okay, if you use my code down in the description, you get $250 off. So they're like $200. Well, if I get the first YouTuber to get 200 people to come to this gets a Lambo for the week. And if I win that Lambo, I am driving you guys around all the time in that. Okay? We're just going to drive around the Lambo all the freaking time. So make sure if you go to one conference, go to this one, because if you win, or if you go and I win, we're all driving around in that Lambo. That's going to be freaking awesome. So again, link down in the description. That code LOVE250 will get you $250 off of the ticket price. Bound to be an awesome conference. I mean, there's a lot of people that are going to be there. A lot. So lastly, if you guys want to win this shirt, Does my camera suck? Whatever. Last thing, if you want to win this shirt, make sure you comment on this video and every other video. So we had 4 videos since the weekend. So the news video, the portfolio video, NKN review, and Karma. Okay, if you haven't checked it out, Karma, that's a cool project on EOS. Dallas Rushing, another YouTuber, he's got a project called Karma, actually incentivizing people to do good in the universe, in the world. You get the feel-good feeling of it, but you also get rewarded in karma. So, ready? Who's going to win the shirt? Who wants to win the t-shirt? Resolution is low. Yeah, I don't know what the hell to do with this. Number 1, the news video from last week. I will fix it eventually. It's just, internet service providers are such a pain. I'm just having like this terrible technology bubble thing, like the live streaming thing, that other stuff. Ugh. Just right now, it's not my time in technology. Things will change soon. Definitely, they'll change soon. 151 comments. Good luck to everybody. Grow an afro so I can be the Bob Ross of crypto. That would be rad. Get a little squirrel too. JV Cuenca or Suenza or something like that. Just don't miss out on Ethereum Classic. More waves coming. Yes, I definitely think Ethereum Classic is one that is posed to gain huge, especially when we see another altcoin bubble. Why? Because there's now going to be 5 cryptos on Coinbase. Ethereum Classic is going to be the cheapest of all of those. So when there's another bubble, when everybody goes to Coinbase to get their new account, they're going to want to buy the cheapest one, which is Ethereum Classic. So that's it for today. Congratulations, JV. Email me at the email my about page to get that shirt. And yeah, I will catch you guys later. Have a very good one. All right, love you. Peace.